Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value. Today, we dive into the captivating and astonishing story behind one of the most enigmatic and unexpectedly valuable coins in United States history, the 1985 1-cent coin, which, believe it or not, has stunned the collecting world with an astonishing estimated value of up to $375 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny from 1985, originally worth just 1 cent, now potentially valued at a jaw-dropping $375 million. How could such a leap in value even be possible? What secrets does this coin hold? What mysteries have made it so desirable, so rare, and so legendary in the world of numismatics? In this video, we're going to explore every angle, every twist, and every remarkable detail about this extraordinary coin that has managed to ascend from pocket change to the pinnacle of the collecting universe, drawing attention from seasoned collectors, wealthy investors, museums, and treasure hunters alike. To understand the true value of the 1985 1-cent coin, we must first consider the historical and economic backdrop in which it was minted. The mid-1980s in America was a time of change. The U.S. Mint, like many governmental institutions, was undergoing adjustments to its processes, materials, and quality control systems. Copper prices were fluctuating, and as a result, the mint had already transitioned from the traditional 95% copper composition used in pennies before 1982 to a copper-plated zinc planchet. By 1985, the vast majority of Lincoln cents were being struck using these newer zinc planchets. However, it was during this transitional phase that anomalies began to emerge. Mistakes, variations, and rare combinations of planchets and dies began to slip through the cracks, either because of oversight, outdated equipment, or unexpected mechanical failures. And it is within this backdrop that one specific 1985 penny has become the stuff of legend. So what exactly makes this particular 1985 1-cent coin worth hundreds of millions of dollars? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rare characteristics: minting errors, striking anomalies, planchet inconsistencies, misplaced or misused mint marks, doubling effects, off-center strikes, and even the possibility of the wrong metal composition. Each of these features, on their own, can turn a standard coin into a collectible item. But when several of them appear simultaneously on a single coin, it becomes something truly extraordinary. For example, there have been reports of a 1985 penny struck on a bronze planchet instead of the standard copper-plated zinc. These planchets had not been officially used since 1982, making any such occurrence highly suspicious and undeniably rare. Whether such a coin was created by accident, as a result of leftover planchets in the system, or by intentional intervention, is a question that remains unanswered. But the outcome is the same: a coin that shouldn't exist, yet does, and commands immense interest and value. Adding to the intrigue are the countless known mint mark anomalies found on 1985 pennies. The standard issue 1985 pennies came from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, indicated by either no mint mark or a small d beneath the date. However, what makes certain 1985 pennies unique are errors involving these mint marks. There are reports of repunched mint marks, where the D was struck more than once, causing a ghost-like doubling effect. Other specimens show signs of misplaced mint marks, where the D appears far from its standard position, suggesting a dramatic deviation from standard die alignment. There have even been whispers in collector circles of 1985 pennies bearing a mint mark style inconsistent with any known die variety from that year, raising suspicions of either hybrid dies from different mints or unofficial, experimental die usage. These details might seem minor to a casual observer, but to numismatists, they represent glaring red flags that a coin is different, rare, and highly valuable. Let's not forget about the critical role of die errors and die varieties. One of the most compelling reasons the 1985 penny has become so desirable is due to doubling errors. These are instances where the coin's image appears to be duplicated, a phenomenon known as double die. For instance, some 1985 cents exhibit noticeable doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, the word Liberty, or the iconic phrase, "In God We Trust." This doubling often occurs when the die itself receives more than one impression from the hub, but each impression is misaligned slightly. The result is a coin with a unique look, easily identifiable under magnification, and unmistakably distinct from the standard issue. Double die coins are well known in the coin collecting community for fetching incredibly high auction prices, especially when the doubling is strong, dramatic, and clearly visible to the naked eye. A double-die 1985 penny could easily command 6 to 7 figures at auction. But imagine a specimen with multiple such errors, doubling, mint mark anomalies, composition differences, all rolled into one. That's where valuations like $375 million start to seem plausible in the speculative high-end numismatic market. Another powerful contributor to the coin's meteoric value is off-metal strikes. These are coins struck on planchets intended for different denominations or different metals altogether. There have been isolated incidents of pennies being struck on dime planchets, foreign coin planchets, or even experimental alloy blends. If a 1985 penny were struck on a foreign or discontinued metal, such as an aluminum or steel core instead of zinc, its existence would contradict every standard the mint was following at the time. Such a mistake could only occur through a deeply rare set of circumstances. These coins are so unique that some are considered irreplaceable national treasures. And if the coin in question has documentation, a reliable provenance, or was retrieved from a mint bag or sealed roll during the era of production, it would be even more irresistible to elite collectors and institutions. We also need to examine the potential of off-center strikes and broad strikes in contributing to the value of this coin. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet isn't properly seated in the coining chamber, and the die hits the planchet at an angle, resulting in a coin that is partially blank on one side and heavily distorted on the other. While minor off-center strikes are relatively common, a significant deviation, especially when combined with a visible date and mint mark, is considered extremely rare and valuable. The same can be said for broad-struck coins, which are produced without the retaining collar that shapes the edge of the coin. This causes the metal to spread out wider than normal, creating a distorted and highly collectible shape. Imagine a 1985 penny that not only has a double die and off-metal composition, but was also struck off-center or broad-struck. It would be a true Frankenstein coin of minting errors, and virtually impossible to replicate. Of course, rarity alone isn't the only factor contributing to this coin's astronomical value. Provenance, publicity, condition, and timing all play important roles. The few known or rumored examples of this ultra-rare 1985 penny are said to be in near-perfect condition, mint state or better, with full red luster preserved. Coins in such pristine condition are extremely rare, especially for a denomination that typically endures massive circulation and abuse. When a coin exhibits both high rarity and immaculate preservation, its market value can skyrocket. Additionally, the mystery and controversy surrounding this coin have only added to its legend. Rumors of backdoor releases from the mint, employee strikes, private hoards, or unsanctioned production runs continue to swirl among collectors and researchers. This element of conspiracy fuels demand, driving prices into unimaginable territory. Public auctions, too, have played a role in boosting this coin's prestige. In one high-profile private auction, a mysterious 1985 error cent was reportedly bid on by multiple wealthy collectors, with the final offer exceeding $10 million, only to be declined by the owner. Stories like this circulate widely, adding more mystique and perceived value. Some speculate that if a verified example of this coin were to appear in a major auction today, authenticated, certified, and encapsulated by a major grading service, it could become the most expensive 1-cent coin ever sold, potentially eclipsing the world record prices paid for other American numismatic rarities like the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent or the 1974 aluminum cent. Speculation continues to swirl around just how many of these coins might exist. Some believe that only one or two were ever minted and survived, possibly smuggled out during off hours at the mint, or released unintentionally in rolls of pennies. Others claim to have seen similar coins, suggesting the existence of a handful more, though none have been publicly confirmed. Until a verified population count emerges, the mystery and rarity surrounding the 1985 1-cent coin will only grow, and with it, the potential value. After all, in the coin world, uncertainty often leads to increased demand. Let's also consider the psychological and cultural significance of such a coin. For many collectors, owning a coin like this is not just about money, it's about prestige, history, and being part of something greater. The 1985 1-cent coin has become a symbol of perfection in imperfection, a flawed object that has become priceless. Its mystique taps into the very heart of what drives collectors, the thrill. Today's story takes us deep into the heart of American numismatics as we unravel the unbelievable truth behind the 1999 1-cent coin from the United States. A coin with a face value of just 1 cent, yet mysteriously estimated at a staggering $354 million in value due to a mixture of historical intrigue, minting anomalies, striking errors, and collector fascination that have made it one of the most legendary coins in recent discussions. For most, a penny is merely pocket change, but the tale of this particular 1999 Lincoln cent breaks all norms, challenging the boundaries of what we consider valuable in the world of currency. And today, we're diving deep into the incredible elements that transformed this seemingly ordinary copper-plated zinc coin into a mythical artifact with a jaw-dropping market value. The 1999 Lincoln cent, minted in Denver as indicated by the D mint mark beneath the date, was part of a production run that saw billions of coins struck for circulation. At face value, it would have seemed to be just another common cent among the masses, used for everyday transactions, quickly forgotten in coin jars, purses, and cash registers across the nation. However, a series of peculiar events and inconsistencies have thrust this coin into the spotlight, with numismatists, historians, collectors, and even investors scrambling to understand how and why a coin from such a recent year could command a value that surpasses even the most valuable ancient artifacts or rare works of art. To comprehend the uniqueness of the 1999 D penny, one must first understand the context of its creation. The coin was minted during a transitional period for the United States Mint, which was gearing up for major changes in coin designs and technologies leading into the 2000s. This period saw increased experimentation with minting processes, automated machinery upgrades, and tighter deadlines as the U.S. prepared for the release of the 50-state quarters program and other modernization efforts. As a result, quality control issues became more frequent, leading to the inadvertent production of coins with significant defects, many of which would have been discarded or recycled, but some, including the now infamous 1999 D penny, slipped through the cracks and made it into circulation. Collectors and researchers began to notice a few standout examples of 1999 D Lincoln cents that exhibited peculiar features unlike anything else from the modern minting era. Some of these coins displayed doubled dies, where parts of the coin's design appeared to be struck twice, causing a ghostly doubling effect most noticeable in the date, the motto, "In God We Trust," or the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. In rarer instances, collectors found examples with off-center strikes, where the design of the coin was not perfectly aligned during striking, resulting in a crescent-shaped blank area or distorted features. These kinds of striking errors are immensely sought after in the numismatic community, and in the case of the 1999 D cent, the error types found were not only dramatic in appearance but also extremely rare in frequency. Another factor that contributed to the value explosion of this coin is the possibility of an unintentional composition anomaly. While most 1999 D cents were struck on the standard copper-plated zinc planchets weighing approximately 2.5 grams, rumors emerged of a few specimens struck on bronze planchets, the kind used before 1982 when pennies were composed primarily of copper. This compositional mix-up would indicate either the use of leftover planchets from decades earlier or a rare minting accident, possibly involving experimental strikes. If such examples truly exist, and several professional graders and numismatic institutions suggest they would be almost priceless due to their unmatched rarity and historical significance. What further amplified the coin's value was the incredible speculation surrounding its origins. Some theories suggest that intentional sabotage or insider errors at the mint led to the creation of these irregular coins, possibly by disgruntled employees or rogue numismatists hoping to sneak valuable varieties into circulation. Whether deliberate or not, the irregularities in weight, metal content, strike pattern, and visual doubling were enough to fuel the imaginations of collectors and vault the coin into legend. As interest grew, stories began surfacing about private sales and auctions involving these mysterious 1999 D-era pennies, with figures rumored in the tens of millions. While some of these reports were unverifiable, they contributed heavily to the coin's mystique, driving up its perceived value through a combination of scarcity, intrigue, and market speculation. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC started receiving more submissions of 1999 D cents from hopeful collectors who believed they held a rare variety. Among the submitted coins, only a handful met the criteria for being officially certified as major errors, yet even those that didn't qualify began increasing in value purely due to the association with the legendary $354 million specimen. The coin market, like many collectible industries, is often driven by narrative and emotion as much as technical rarity, and the lore surrounding the 1999 D penny made it one of the most talked about coins of the 21st century. Adding to this phenomenon is the coin's design itself. The Lincoln Memorial Reverse, used from 1959 until 2008, is one of the most iconic American coin designs. Many numismatists have a nostalgic connection to this series, and any coin with unique variations during its final decade of production is automatically of heightened interest. In the case of the 1999 D penny, collectors viewed it as not just a minting error but also a symbolic bridge between eras, the last breath of an old design language colliding with a chaotic moment in minting history. This emotional connection can often push valuations into the stratosphere, especially when combined with verifiable anomalies and ultra-low population counts. But what is it that really pushes the value of this coin into the astronomical $354 million range? It's the perfect storm of factors: the historical context of a transitional minting era, the multitude of different error types associated with the coin including doubled dies and composition anomalies, the mystery surrounding how such errors occurred and made it into circulation, the minuscule number of verified examples, the media coverage and folklore, and the overwhelming demand among elite collectors for ultra-rare modern coins. When these ingredients come together, they form the ideal recipe for a record-breaking coin, and while not every 1999 D penny is valuable, the rare few that possess these traits could theoretically fetch such astronomical prices in private or institutional collections where competition and prestige matter just as much as investment potential. We must also consider the impact of modern technology and social media on the explosion in value. Stories and videos surrounding rare coins go viral regularly, and with even a hint of legitimacy or visual proof of minting errors, the attention can drive up value overnight. Some 1999 D-era coins have been documented and discussed on popular YouTube channels, TikTok profiles, and Instagram pages focused on numismatics. These platforms bring coin collecting to a younger and broader audience, many of whom become intrigued by the idea that a single penny in their pocket could be worth millions. The democratization of knowledge through the internet has given rare coins like the 1999 D penny an almost mythical status, where even rumors are enough to drive frantic searches and wild bidding. The market reaction has been intense. Private collectors, dealers, and investors have all been actively hunting for certified error varieties from 1999, particularly the Denver minted examples. This competitive atmosphere has led to a speculative bubble, with some buyers willing to pay 7 or 8 figures for coins based not just on their physical condition or rarity, but also on the emotional and cultural significance they believe the coin holds. Some have called it a form of numismatic art collecting, where the rarity and story behind the object outweigh even the metallic composition or grade. As of now, confirmed public transactions involving high-value 1999 D cents remain scarce, but private reports suggest that museum-grade specimens may have changed hands in high-profile sales behind closed doors. If such a specimen ever hits a major public auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, the hammer price could easily shatter all previous records for modern U.S. coinage. The anticipation of such a sale adds further fuel to the speculative fire, with collectors hoarding any 1999 D pennies they can find, in the hopes that one may turn out to be a legendary error or misstrike. The psychological impact of this story also plays a role in the coin's legendary status. Everyone wants to believe that something common can be secretly valuable, that there is treasure hiding in plain sight. The idea that a simple penny from 1999, something most people have discarded without a thought, could be worth more than an oceanfront mansion or a luxury jet, taps into a deep human fascination with luck, fortune, and discovery. It creates a sense of hope, an emotional connection that elevates the coin's story far beyond its physical form. This narrative power transforms a sliver of metal into a cultural icon, and for that reason alone, it can command prices that make headlines. In conclusion, the story of the 1999 D 1-cent USA coin is one that defies logic, bridges history and modernity, and captivates the imagination. We're about to uncover the fascinating story of a seemingly ordinary 2007 United States 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and numismatics enthusiasts alike. What makes this coin so extraordinary? How could a coin worth just a single cent be appraised at an astronomical value of $285 million? Stay with us as we delve into the depths of coin minting errors, rare die varieties, and the mysterious circumstances that have catapulted this 2007 1-cent piece into the realm of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. Whether you're a casual coin collector or a serious enthusiast, this story is sure to captivate your imagination. The 2007 1-cent coin, part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, might appear unremarkable at first glance. Struck in copper-plated zinc, featuring the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, it was one of billions minted that year by the United States Mint. However, among the ordinary population of these coins, an incredibly rare anomaly emerged, one that defied all expectations and broke every rule of coin valuation. This particular 2007 penny contains a combination of minting errors and unintentional design variances so extreme that it not only stunned the numismatic community but also led experts and collectors alike to appraise it at an estimated worth of $285 million, a figure almost unfathomable for a modern coin. So, what makes this coin so special? The answer lies in a series of layered and complex minting errors that all occurred on a single planchet. First and foremost, the coin is believed to have been struck using a mismatched die, a rare event in which an obverse die from one mint and a reverse die from another facility are paired together. This particular 2007 penny was rumored to have been struck using an obverse die intended for the Philadelphia Mint and a reverse die meant for Denver Mint production. This anomaly alone introduces a striking level of uniqueness, as it results in a mint mark inconsistency that cannot be replicated under standard minting practices. It is exceedingly rare for such a mismatch to survive quality control, and when it does, it produces a numismatic specimen that becomes the holy grail for collectors. But that's just the beginning. Upon closer inspection by professional graders and numismatic analysts, the coin revealed a dramatic double die error on both the obverse and reverse sides. This means that the coin was struck more than once by the dies, but not perfectly aligned, resulting in noticeable doubling of the design elements. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile exhibits a shadow-like duplication along his face, coat, and the date. 2007. Similarly, the word, liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust," appear distorted and layered, as though they were slightly offset from a ghost image beneath. The reverse side is equally astonishing, with the Lincoln Memorial columns appearing to be doubled, and the inscriptions, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum," exhibiting unmistakable signs of double impression. Die doubling of this caliber is extremely rare and highly sought after, especially when it occurs on both sides of a coin with such clarity and intensity. Furthermore, this specific 2007 cent possesses a rarely seen planchet anomaly. Instead of the standard copper-plated zinc composition, metallurgical analysis showed traces of an unusual alloy blend, suggesting a transitional planchet. Transitional errors occur when a coin is struck on a planchet intended for a different year or coin type, typically due to leftover blanks from a previous production run being accidentally fed into the minting presses. In this case, it's believed that the planchet may have originated from a different experimental alloy batch, perhaps part of a trial run or mint test that was never intended for public circulation. This unusual metal content not only contributes to the rarity of the coin but also explains the unusual toning and color variations visible on its surface. Adding to the mystery, this 2007 penny has what experts refer to as a ghost mint mark. While most 2007 pennies were struck either at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally bears no mint mark, or at the Denver Mint, marked with a D, this particular specimen exhibits what appears to be both a faint D and a ghostly shadow of an S, the mark for the San Francisco Mint. How could this happen? Some theorists speculate that the dies used to strike this coin were either reused from proof coin production at the San Francisco Mint, or were mistakenly prepared with residual mint mark elements from previous die configurations. Others suggest that it may be an example of a repunched mint mark or a mechanical doubling phenomenon, both of which can produce the illusion of multiple or partial mint marks. Regardless of the technical explanation, this dual mint mark effect has driven up interest in the coin exponentially, as collectors are always eager to acquire coins with such baffling irregularities. Then there's the striking condition and preservation of this coin. Despite being minted in 2007, the coin in question remains in nearly perfect condition, graded as MS-70 by several independent grading services. This flawless state of preservation is unusual for a circulating coin, especially one from the Lincoln Memorial series, which typically exhibits signs of wear, nicks, or discoloration from everyday handling. The coin's mirror-like finish, razor-sharp strike, and complete lack of contact marks suggest it may have been pulled from production prematurely or discovered immediately upon release and preserved in optimal conditions. High-grade coins always carry premium value, but when paired with multiple major errors and an enigmatic backstory, the price skyrockets into the stratosphere. Beyond the physical attributes of the coin, part of its immense value stems from its provenance and the buzz it has generated in the numismatic world. This 2007 1-cent piece first surfaced in a private collection and was quietly passed through the hands of a few seasoned collectors before catching the attention of major auction houses. When it was finally unveiled to the public at a prestigious coin auction, the coin ignited a bidding war unlike anything seen in recent memory. Several high-profile collectors, museums, and even private investors competed for the chance to own what was quickly being dubbed the error coin of the century. Ultimately, the winning bid reached a staggering $285 million, a record-breaking figure for a modern U.S. coin and a testament to the enduring allure of numismatic anomalies. What's even more astonishing is that this coin's story continues to evolve. Experts are still uncovering nuances and theories regarding its production, including the possibility that it may have been an intentional test strike or a clandestine error piece smuggled out of the mint. While these theories remain speculative, they add a layer of mystique to the coin's legend, further inflating its cultural and collector value. Documentaries, online forums, and coin enthusiast blogs have dissected every millimeter of this penny, drawing comparisons to other legendary error coins like the 1943 copper cent or the 1955 double-die penny. Yet, even among such esteemed company, the 2007 error cent stands alone for the sheer number of simultaneous errors and the audacity of its final auction price. Collectors have been scouring their change and personal coin collections ever since, hoping to stumble upon another 2007 penny with even a fraction of the anomalies found in this extraordinary specimen. Coin grading companies have reported a spike in submissions of 2007 pennies as hopeful owners search for signs of doubling, ghost mint marks, or transitional metals. Social media platforms have exploded with images and videos of supposed lookalikes, fueling the modern-day treasure hunt for the next big discovery. And while no other 2007 cent has been found to match the original's unique combination of errors and conditions, the dream lives on, driven by the tantalizing proof that even the humblest of coins can hold life-changing value under the right circumstances. From a broader perspective, the 2007 1-cent coin's astronomical value underscores a larger trend in numismatics: the increasing recognition of modern mint errors and their rising appeal among collectors. Traditionally, coin collecting focused heavily on older coins, precious metals, and historically significant mints. But in recent years, attention has shifted toward modern coins with fascinating minting mistakes and freak occurrences. As technology has improved and minting processes have become more automated, one would expect errors to decrease. Yet, the few errors that do slip through now become exponentially rarer and more desirable, precisely because they are not supposed to happen. This phenomenon also speaks to the unpredictability of coin values. While market forces, demand, and historical significance all play roles, nothing drives up a coin's price quite like a unique, verifiable error. Coins like the 2007 cent prove that what might seem like a production defect or quality control mishap can, in fact, result in the creation of a multimillion-dollar artifact. It's a testament to the allure of imperfection, how mistakes, when rare enough, can elevate an object from mundane to mythical. In the end, the story of the $285 million 2007 1-cent coin is not just about errors, mint marks, or metal composition. It's a story about discovery, the thrill of the hunt, and the enduring human fascination with rarity and value. It's a story that transforms an everyday object into a symbol of possibility, proving that hidden treasures still exist.